Hello everyone, myself Sabina Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics. In this video, I am going to explain about crystal structure. So, Unit 1, crystal structure. So, in this video, I am going to explain about the introduction to crystals. So, the crystals are nothing but, these are the materials. So, every matter has three phases, right? So, solid, liquid and gas. So, every solid has two different types. So, one is crystal, another one is amorphous. So, all the solids are tightly packed structure. So, what's the difference between the crystal and amorphous is? So, crystal is the tightly packed structure, but the difference is it is the atoms and molecules are arranged in regular periodic arrangement. So, it has the regular arrangement of atoms, but for the for amorphous material, it doesn't have regular arrangement of atoms. So look at this diagram. So let's recall. So every matter has three different types: gas, solid, liquid, and gas. So solid has a tightly packed structure. So the liquid has a loosely packed structure. The gas has freely packed structure. The crystal structure is unique arrangement of atoms or molecules in a crystalline material. So governing its physical properties. Okay. So these are the three phases of matter. So let's recall this. So topics for this discussion. So in this video, I am going to explain about introduction to crystal physics. So crystalline and non-crystalline solids. So why we need the single crystal, how it is used in the real world applications. So why we need single crystal? So just to empathize. So just understanding the future fundamentals, understanding future fundamental properties of crystal, the crystal structure, and so understanding the fundamental properties of the crystal structure and their types is essential for advancing the material science. So each crystal type plays a vital role in various applications, driving innovations in technology and enhancing performance in numerous fields. So because of we need this single crystal, so single crystal consists of only one atom, so single crystal consists of the entire system. It has only one crystal. So we are understanding the fundamental properties of crystal structure and their types. So it is useful in the advancing the materials. That's why we need single crystal. So next to the class, let's explore the classification of solids. So every solid material has two different types. So crystal and amorphous. So the crystal has two different types, single crystal and polycrystal. So in crystal, it is a tightly packed structure. The atoms and molecules are arranged in regular periodic manner. So in three-dimensional space, but for amorphous material, it doesn't have regular periodic manner. So it has irregular manner. So, for example, plastic, rubber, and so these are the example for amorphous material. So, for the crystal material, so sodium fluoride and gold, copper, these are all the example for crystalline material. So, again, single crystal classified into two different types. Crystal classified into two different types: single crystal and polycrystal. So what's the difference between single crystal and polycrystal is? So in single crystal, the entire system consists of only one crystal. The entire system consists of the same arrangement throughout the crystal. For a polycrystalline material, it doesn't have single crystal. So it's a collection of many small crystals. Many small crystals combine themselves or forms a bigger sized crystal, right? So each and every small crystals are called as grains. The walls separate the two grains are called grain boundaries. In suppose the grain size is less than 10 nanometer means, so this is called as the nano single crystal. Nanocrystals. These are all the classification of single crystals. So crystalline solids. So we know that we are well known about crystalline solids, right? So it has the regular periodic arrangement of atoms. The arrangement of units of matter is regular and periodic. So look at this diagram. This is the silicon dioxide quartz structure. So the arrangement of term is regular. So it is the anisotropic substance. So why it is called as anisotropic substance is because it has directional properties. In each direction, it possesses different type of properties, right? That's why. So materials, those materials having directional properties, that is called as anisotropic substances. So it has short melting point. It possesses a regular shape and it possesses a regular shape and its short melting point. And so this thick crystalline solids. So for example, iron, copper, carbon, germanium, crystallines. So silicon dioxide. These are all the example for the crystalline solids. So remaining terms will be teaching in later videos. Thank you all.